All right, guys and gals, Truth Assassin here. If all of you want to know how do I hold down a full-time job as a professional salesman while living in my van, well, you can see here, I got all my dress shirts hung up here. Some of these are very expensive, $200 to $400 each. I got my suit jacket here. So it's a pain in the ass because I had to stretch a bungee cord from one side of my cupboards to the other to create this homemade clothes hanger, because you can't have them wrinkled, right? You got to be tip-top shape. You got to be presentable when you show up to work every day. But when living in the van, it can be a pain in the ass, because how am I going to lay down in the bed? So every day I have to move the shirts from one location to another, and you know how big of a task that is? I'll show you guys right now what I have to do. All right, bear with me here. All right, so we got to grab all these shirts from the back here, hang them up in such a way that they're not going to get wrinkled, right? Right? I got all my different color ties here for work. If I have to switch it up, you know. I got my nice patterned dress shirt here. Very fashionable. I got this one here. It looks pretty cool. It's almost like a mafia style, Italian mob style shirt. I got this one here, organic Japanese cotton. This one was quite expensive. This one here was designed in Italy. This one here is quite expensive as well. It was almost $300 for that shirt. Then I got my suit jacket. Then you gotta hang that up, right? You gotta hang it up in such a way that you're not gonna wrinkle anything, right? Because you gotta be presentable in the morning. But it's a pain in the ass, because on the other side of this, I got my Yeti cooler here, where I keep a lot of my food and drinks. So when I'm lounging here at night and I want to lay down, I have to remove all of the clothes, and then I have to shift them over here. But then when I want to get in the cooler, say for example, if I'm drinking beer or I got some food or I got whatever I want to get out of the cooler, I have to move all these shirts back over to the other side. You know how much of a pain in the ass that is? But that's just some of the stuff that we go through living van life, you know what I mean? Like, I'm completely maxed out here. This is my third year living in the van, and as you can see, I need a totally bigger van. Like I got no room. All these garbage bags are all my clothes. I got my dress clothes here, my pants laid out, different color pants. You know, you got to try and keep them unwrinkled. You know, you can see how hard of a task that is. Fuck. Pain in the ass. I got a couple different color pants here. I got all my different colors for different outfits, right? I'm a typical Virgo, so fashion is one of my number one priorities. I'm a metrosexual. I'm vain. I love looking good. I love feeling good. I'm a handsome man. Very charismatic. Nobody would ever know that somebody of my stature lives in a van, but you know, that's just the way she goes nowadays, and especially where I'm living right now. I can't afford rent. Rent where I'm staying at in British Columbia, you're going to be looking at $1,400 just for a one little bedroom basement suite, and that's ridiculous, right? I can live in this van here for $700, $800 a month. Where the hell can I get that in British Columbia, right? So now we're in the dead of winter. I turned my furnace on here. Got a little propane furnace here. It's got like 40,000 BTUs, but the issue is I have no insulation here. And I tried to hang up this double bubble foil insulation all up on the roofs, but the fucking things came down because with condensation and everything, it just wasn't sticking. So I had to remove that down, which is a pain in the ass. But the issue is this furnace with no insulation, I can only get it to about 10 degrees in here. Right now we're sitting at about almost 20 degrees Celsius. That's because I pre-warmed the engine and I drove about half an hour to get here just to warm the vehicle up, and then I turned the furnace on just to hold the whatever heat I have and maintain it, which, you know, it doesn't work that well because give it a couple hours, by 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, it'll be down to 10 degrees. And that's pretty cold, you know what I mean? So doesn't matter how hot I get it, I can get it to 30 degrees in here, 40 degrees. But the heat dissipation, I will lose most of it. And even though I covered up all my windows here, double bubble foil insulation, right? My side windows here, that window, everything is covered, right? And I even have on my windshield I have covered, I have my side windows covered, you know what I mean? But this is just the reality of living in a 1970s van. Like, you just can't hold the heat in. You know, so that's why, you know what, guys and gals, I think I'm going to need to upgrade. I'm going to need to upgrade to a newer, more modern RV or van. Something in the early 2000s. I think I might go with a camper. Get a 1-ton truck, long box with a dually. Get the biggest fucking camper possible, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to mess around with a fucking short box or anything like that. Only real men drive long boxes, right? If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. So, you know, and because I could go with a bigger Class B motorhome, because this is the Class C what I'm in right now, and Class B will give me maybe about 4 or 5 feet extension on each side, plus a little bit longer. I'll have more cabinetry. I'll have exterior storage here. Right now I don't have no exterior storage, so you know what I mean. It's a little bit tight here, guys and gals, right? I got my sink here, but I use it for storage right now because when the guy designed this van, he put the fucking water tank way under everything here, and I have to remove all this fucking shit, and you can walk right through under the space here. I have a wooden platform here that's foldable, so I can lay across the whole thing. But I have to lift up this whole wood fucking cabinet right up, take all this shit off. Where am I going to put that shit? I can't put it on top of here. Like, there's no room. Just to get into the water. And it's only a 20-liter water tank, so honestly I haven't been using it much after the first year because it's such a pain in the ass. I got tons of shit under the storage there, which I can't access unless I move all this stuff. Look at this side. I got this thing piled up, tons of clothes, all kinds of shit here. You know what? Ideally, I'd like a shelving unit here. How the hell am I going to fit a shelving unit in here when I need to remove that? Like, if I load a shelving unit here, you know how much of a pain in the ass that would be to get into the underbed storage here. I'd have to empty the shelf, then move the shelf. Where the hell am I going to put the shelf in here? I got no room. So it's just not working. I got tons of stuff, and this is not even half of my stuff. This is just like not even a quarter of my stuff. Most of my stuff I have to leave in my mom's place because I can't fit it in here. So, you know what I mean? Like even with a Class B, I don't think I'd have enough room. I'd have to leave a lot of my stuff at my mom's place. So it's just, this is the reality of it, folks. And that's just the way she goes. So, but anyway, I just thought I would give you guys and gals an update, right? Because we're almost in December right now. And I just thought I'd let you know what it's like to be living in a van in the wintertime here. It's actually not that bad. Winter is a little bit more enjoyable in the summer. The reason being is food stays fresh. I can actually have fruit. I can actually have produce. I don't have to use the propane fridge as much. I can use the cooler. The ice will actually stay cold for over a week. In the summertime, man, I gotta buy fucking ice every second day. A fucking big block of 4 kilogram of ice will melt just like that, even with a $500 Yeti cooler. So it's just, summer is brutal. And it's hot. You can't sleep, right? So when it's cold, I got all these blankets and tons of sleeping bags. I got a -40 sleeping bag. I got tons of blankets and pillows and everything. So it's easier to get warm than it is to cool down. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, you know, it's easier to live in a van in the winter than it is the summer. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that, but when you actually do it, right, there's no mosquitoes, there's no flies. That's one of the other issues of living in a van. You always have fucking spiders and flies and mosquitoes, and you like, And I tried to hang up a fucking mosquito net here. You know how fucking hard it is to keep it latched and everything? Those fucking cheap ones from the dollar store don't work very well. And I'm not going to spend fucking $40 on a good one that you can get at a fucking furniture store or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, that's just the way she goes. And anyway, that's just an update, guys and gals. But so have a good one. Talk to you next time.